What is up, T.O.Gs? If you're new to the channel, you don't know what a T.O.Gs is, it is a That One Guy supporter, That One Guy subscriber. Welcome to the channel. Today we're here to review the Atlas 3.0 made by Ruroc. I'm excited to do this because it's this helmet I waited for so long to finally pick up an Atlas helmet. Waited till 3.0, and I feel like, other than the 4.0, which is now available to buy, I think that this is an excellent helmet, and I'm going to tell you why I feel that way. Now, first of all, I want to talk to what I think is the most common gripe and the most common criticism that I think I've seen and heard, at least on YouTube, with helmet reviewers, is that the build quality isn't great. I've heard as harsh of wording as like garbage, which in my opinion, I don't know exactly what people are looking for. This helmet is made out of a T300, I believe, carbon fiber. It weighs in at around 1.4 to 1.6 kilograms, which depends on the shell size that you have. In my opinion, the carbon fiber, the lightweight feel of this helmet, the way it fits my head, and especially the design, all of these components together, I think, make for a great helmet. I don't think that the build quality is poor at all. I don't know exactly what people are looking for or what they're criticizing, because when people say that, a lot of the reviews that I watch, and I was taking these all into consideration, because you can't just go and try on a Ruroc helmet at a store. So I took all these criticisms of the helmet and what people had to say and made a decision for myself, because I think that overall the majority of people are happy with their Ruroc helmets. There's detractors, and obviously I think you're going to get some clicks if you're saying that a product that most people like isn't any good. So there might be that factor as well. So I'm here to tell you the build quality on this helmet is excellent, from the materials of the shell itself to the inside, the padding, the cheek pads, the gasket that seals off and gives you a little bit of water resistance, as well as wind noise reduction. All of these things I think are excellent quality. They've done away with a little tab that locks the visor in place, as well as the visor being able to be in 3 or 4 different positions on your head. All of these things, to me, are all upgrades that Ruroc was listening to the customers, and every year that they've released a new helmet, or maybe even more frequent than that, every time that they release a new helmet, they're making improvements from feedback from their customers. And to me, that's a big deal when a company's willing to listen to its customers and makes changes accordingly. So for me, in order to be fair and to be objective in a review, I need to be able to show you exactly how and why I'm making any criticisms or compliments to a product that I'm reviewing. And so there's no exception, especially for something like this, where you're just going to be spending a lot of money if you're considering getting a Ruroc Atlas 3.0. So I'm here to show you, and I'm here to tell you. So the first thing I want to talk about today is wind noise. We're going to test the ability for this helmet to drown out wind noise. So obviously the most important part of drowning out wind noise is, and bike noise as well, is on the highway. When you're in town, most helmets are going to do pretty well for canceling out the noise around you, but on the highway, this is where it really matters. And it's kind of nice because we actually picked a day where it's windy too. So here we are at highway speeds, and I'm just going to be quiet so you can hear the raw sound that you'll get in the helmet, and then we'll take the plugs out, because right now the vent plugs are in, which is gonna, and I know for a fact because I've done it, is gonna decrease wind noise considerably. So here you go. Now I'm just going to be straightforward with you guys. We're riding here at about 70 miles an hour, and the wind noise is low. For me, as a rider who rides with no windshield and typically has a fairly quiet helmet, I think, in my old Shark Spartan, the wind noise that comes out of this helmet when you've got the vent plugs in is very, it does very well filtering out that wind noise. And that for me, that's a big deal because, you know, when I'm riding, I don't ride with the earplugs in. I listen to music often, and I'm recording it as well. And when I record, obviously, I want as little wind noise as possible. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the vent plugs out, and we're going to show you the sound, the raw sound of when the vent plugs are removed. So I'm going to find a place to pull over so we can take them out, and then we'll get back on the road. We got the vent plugs out. We're back on the road, and I'll just be quiet so you guys can hear how quiet the helmet is without the vent plugs. Which in the summertime, you know, I'm not going to be wanting to ride with vent plugs because I'm going to want that wind and that air hitting me in the top of the head and passing through the helmet. So here on a windy day, the wind's whipping around and making even more noise, and you know, it's always an interesting day on the motorcycle when you got high winds. But actually, going from having the vent plugs out to putting them back in, to me, I noticed it seemed like I felt like there was a greater difference in the amount and the volume of the decibel level of the wind noise coming in from being on the highway. But this time around, I can say, you know, going from having the plugs in to taking them out, it did not seem as drastic of a change. As far as like being too noisy inside the helmet, having the vent plugs out, in my opinion, it's not all that bad. And especially, you know, they'll hear, and at least I've seen it on YouTube, and I've heard other riders who have the Atlas 3.0 say that the helmet is too loud still. And in my humble opinion, I don't think that it's that bad at all. I think that wind noise and a noisy helmet is relative to the person riding. You know, if you have sensitive ears, or you're somebody who's not used to having like a really loud motorcycle, or somebody who's ridden with a very quiet helmet, and again, you're going to sacrifice for a quiet helmet, you're going to sacrifice the ventilation quality, the wind pass-through quality. You know, you're going to feel stuffy inside your helmet if it's quiet, because if it's quiet, it means that nothing's getting in, including air. So it's always a toss-up, and to me, there's a good balance here with the Atlas 4.0. So as far as the review goes for noise quality, if we're gonna be objective about it and give it like a grade, let's give it a scale here from 1 to 10, and 10 being the quietest and 1 being the loudest. I give this helmet like a 7.5 or an 8. I think that obviously when the vent plugs are in, I think that the helmet is considerably quieter, and when they're out, I still think it's manageable. I think maybe when the vent plugs are in, it's 7.5 or 8, and when the vent plugs are out, it's still like around a 6.5 or a 7. And by all means, if you have the Atlas 3.0 vent plugs or not, let me know what you guys think. Leave that in the comments. Now, this is kind of a bonus thing for this video, because not all of you are going to be wearing spectacles. Not all of you are going to be wearing glasses. Especially those of you even who do wear sunglasses, you're probably going to be sporting one of those nice smoke visors or colored visors that Ruroc offers. And so this is speaking more to people who wear eyeglasses, that have to wear glasses to see when they ride. And this helmet, even though you can wear glasses while you're wearing it, it's a tight fit in here when I wear my eyeglasses with this helmet. This is something I don't think is going to over time get any, you know, the fit isn't going to get any better over time, I don't think. But there is room for me to wear my glasses. It doesn't provide any pressure points because of how tight they fit in there. But what I will say is, because of how snug the fit is inside the helmet with glasses on, I would just caution those of you who wear glasses, if you've got like really thin wiry frames or even thin plastic frames, you're just going to want to be careful, because you know, when you're taking your glasses on and off, when you're pushing them through the padding, the cheek padding, and the inside padding of the helmet, you're just going to want to be careful because you don't want to break the arms off of your glasses. You don't want to bend any metal rims. But I've worn this helmet for hours at a time, never taking it off, and it's a very comfortable helmet. And that speaks to the quality of the cheek padding, as well as just the kind of the fit. What I will say though is for one, the helmet is easy to get on. The distance from your nose and your mouth to the front of this helmet, of this full-faced helmet, it's kind of shallow. This is more shallow than any helmet that I've ever had before. Like, if I wanted to, I could probably stick my tongue out and reach the front of this helmet. So not difficult to put on the helmet, but what I will say is that taking it off can be kind of a literal pain sometimes. It's because of the snug fit. Even though it's easy-ish to get on, it is not a whole lot of fun to take this helmet off. It rubs against the ears. Because it's so close to the front of your head, you kind of have to take it straight off the top. And with my mics here in front, sometimes too, it messes with how I have my mic situated here in the front of the helmet. That is my review of the Atlas 3.0. If there are questions that you have about this helmet that I did not answer during this review, make sure you leave those questions in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. If you found this video helpful at all, if you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up down there, which is the like button. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Guys, if you are out there riding, please be safe. Be kind to one another. My name is Eric. I'm that one guy, and I am out.